My name is Timo. I want to share my story with you, not because it's unique, but because it's a reality for so many people like me. I'm an autistic adult, and for over a decade, I've lived in a mental health residential program run by Keypoint Health Services. This place is supposed to be my home, a place where I can feel safe and supported, but the truth is, it often feels more like a holding cell than a home. Every week for 11 years, I've received the same amount for my personal needs, $11. That's all I get to spend on myself, no matter what comes up, no matter how prices rise or my needs change. $11 for everything. Soap, shampoo, a shirt, a snack, a bus ticket. Imagine trying to stretch that to cover every basic thing you need. This isn't a mistake. It's policy, written down and enforced as if it's reasonable. A policy that says my needs, my dignity, are worth pocket change. It's a rule that reduces my life to a handful of coins as if that's all I deserve. I ask myself daily, am I only worth $11 a week? Is that really all my life is valued at? It's a question that haunts me, especially when I see others living with so much more freedom and choice. The system answers yes, again and again. Every time I try to ask for more, I'm met with closed doors, rejected paperwork, and the same tired excuses. This isn't just my story, it's the story of many others trapped in a system that measures our worth in coins. We sit together, counting out change, wondering how we'll make it through another week. I can't be silent anymore. The silence is too heavy. It's time to speak up, even if my voice shakes, because staying quiet only lets the injustice continue. I need the world to know what it feels like to be treated as less than human. The isolation, the frustration, the constant reminder that you're not seen as equal, it wears you down. This isn't about charity. It's about justice. It's about recognizing our humanity and our right to live with dignity, not just survive. People with disabilities deserve to be seen as human, not as burdens. We want to be part of our communities, to contribute, to be respected and included. The system is broken, and it's crushing people. It's not just about money. It's about the message that our lives don't matter as much as others. My autism lets me see patterns of neglect, inertia, and a lack of empathy. I notice the small things, the ways people are overlooked and forgotten. This pattern must be broken. We can't keep accepting things as they are just because that's how they've always been. I speak for everyone told their needs don't matter. We matter. Our voices, our dreams, our lives, they matter just as much as anyone else's. We are worth more than $11. We are worth respect, opportunity, and a chance to live fully. And we won't stop speaking up until the world finally listens. The $11 allowance at Keypoint Health Services was set in 1982, before I was born. In 1982, gas was 90 cents, a movie ticket was under $3. The world has changed, but this number hasn't. Inflation has made everything more expensive, except the value of people in this program. How can anyone claim this is enough in 2025? It's not just outdated, it's insulting. This isn't an oversight. It's a choice to ignore reality and suffering. When will Keypoint, Baltimore, and Maryland admit this is impossible to live on? This policy is older than many staff, outlasting presidents and revolutions. It's a relic, a symbol of how people with disabilities are forgotten. We're expected to be grateful for crumbs and stay silent. But the silence ends now. This number must change. Our lives depend on it. The $11 allowance is a failure of leadership and compassion. The time for excuses is over. Every day I'm told to work on my recovery. I attend rehab, follow rules, participate in groups, manage meds, and do chores. If this isn't work, what is? The system only counts work if it's for a paycheck, but surviving mental illness is a full-time job. Our labor is staying stable, fighting darkness, showing up every day. This is real, exhausting work. Yet, we're told it's worth $11 a week. How can I build self-esteem when my efforts are dismissed? This is about recognition, acknowledging that recovery is hard work. It's time to redefine work to include the labor of survival. I often ask, what would Jesus do? Would he say a person's needs can be met with $11 a week? I doubt it. The stories I know speak of compassion, healing, and justice. $11 is not compassionate, it's cruel. This is a moral failure, not just a policy issue. It's wrong to force someone to choose between soap and socks. We're surrounded by symbols of faith, but the system lacks compassion. This is about basic human ethics, seeing someone in need and choosing to help. I ask, what would you do if you saw this injustice? This is a direct appeal to my city and state leaders. Mayor Scott, I live in your city. Does everyone include people like me? I ask you and your team to investigate why this 40-year-old policy still exists. We need more than slogans. We need action. Governor Moore, you say you'll leave no one behind. Please don't leave us behind. Maryland funds and regulates these programs. You have the power to change this. Make the personal needs allowance reflect today's cost of living. Maryland should lead in compassionate care, not defend outdated policies. This is a human rights issue. The system is failing us. I know what it's like to live under this system. It's unsustainable and unjust. Please look at the facts, listen to our stories, and act. We're counting on you to be the leaders you claim to be. My message is national. This is bigger than Maryland. It's about the millions of Americans in every state who are struggling to get by, who feel invisible to those in power. This isn't just a local issue, it's a crisis that touches every community, every family, and every person who's ever had to fight for basic dignity. To Donald Trump, you talk about cutting waste, about making government more efficient, but have you ever really looked at where the waste is hiding? The waste isn't in our benefits. It's in a system that spends millions on administration but gives us $11. The real waste is in endless paperwork, in layers of bureaucracy that make it nearly impossible for people to get the help they need. We're forced to jump through hoops, fill out forms, and wait for months only to receive scraps. That's not care, that's inefficiency. It's a system designed to frustrate, not to serve. People are left feeling powerless, lost in a maze of red tape. You want work requirements? Managing my disability is a full-time job. Every day is a challenge, navigating pain, appointments, and the constant stress of making ends meet. For many of us, just getting through the day takes all the energy we have. If you want to fight fraud, look at a program that hasn't adjusted for inflation in 40 years. The real fraud is expecting people to survive on outdated benefits while costs keep rising. We're not gaming the system is gaming us. Before cutting benefits, fix the abuses already happening. Stop punishing the vulnerable for problems created by broken policies and neglect. To Robert F. Kennedy Jr., you challenge broken systems. You say you want to stand up for the people. Here's your chance to prove it. Here's one: health services corporations enforcing policies that defy logic and compassion. People are denied care for reasons that make no sense, forced to fight insurance companies instead of focusing on healing. This isn't a problem for small tweaks. It needs a fundamental rethinking. We need leaders who are willing to overhaul the system, not just patch it up. To all national leaders, our struggles shouldn't be political footballs. We are not bargaining chips or talking points for your campaigns. We're human beings who need support. We need compassion, understanding, and real solutions that put people first. The system is failing and harming us, trapping us in poverty. It's not just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's hunger, stress, and lost hope. This is a moral crisis. It's about right and wrong, about whether we choose to lift each other up or turn away. Show us you see the humanity behind the statistics. See the faces, the families, the dreams that are at stake. Fight for the dignity of every American, including those in mental health programs. Mental health is health, and it deserves the same respect and resources as any other need. We need real leadership, not just talk. We need action, courage, and a commitment to justice for all. In the movie John Q., a father fights a system that won't help his son. My situation is a slow-motion version of that story. I'm not fighting for one surgery, but for the right to live every day. The system, key point, the city, the state, holds all the power. $11 a week isn't a safety net, it's a cage. It's a constant reminder of what I can't have, where I can't go. I've tried to go through the proper channels, but I'm met with shrugs and excuses. That's just the way things are. Isn't good enough when it's unjust. When a system fails those it's meant to protect, the system is the problem. I shouldn't have to beg officials to notice a 43-year-old injustice. The fact that I do proves the system is broken. We're not just cases to be managed. We're people. We have hopes and needs. Right now, the system says our needs don't matter. That's a soul-crushing message to receive every day. In Street Fighter, Guile says, "If you see evil and do nothing, that's evil." The $11 policy is a quiet, bureaucratic evil, an evil of indifference and neglect. For 43 years, people have seen this and done nothing. Now you know, you can't claim ignorance. The question is, what will you do? Will you let this evil persist or will you fight it? This is your moment of choice. You can feel sympathy and move on, or you can act. To do nothing is to be complicit. I'm asking you to be fighters, not just bystanders. Stand up and help end this injustice. This isn't a request for charity, it's a demand for justice and dignity. For too long, people like us have been expected to simply accept less, to quietly endure policies that treat us as if our needs and our humanity are negotiable. But we are not invisible, and our voices matter. We are standing up, not just for ourselves, but for everyone who has ever been told to settle for scraps. We're not asking for luxury, just the ability to buy toiletries or a new shirt without begging. Imagine having to choose between soap and socks, or feeling embarrassed every time you need something basic. Dignity means being able to take care of yourself, to feel clean, to wear clothes that fit, and to participate in daily life without shame or fear of judgment. We want a personal needs allowance that reflects 2025, not 1982. The world has changed, prices have soared, and the cost of living is nothing like it was 4 decades ago. Yet our allowance remains frozen in time, as if our lives and needs have stood still. This is not just outdated, it's unjust. The time for excuses is over. We've heard every reason why things can't change, but none of them justify the hardship we face. It's time to tear up the old excuses and write a new story. One where fairness and compassion guide our policies. The "this is how it's always been" argument is an admission of failure. It's a way of avoiding responsibility, of ignoring the real people who are hurt by inaction. We deserve better than tradition for tradition's sake. The $11 policy is a stain on our community. It's a symbol of neglect, a reminder that our well-being has been overlooked for far too long. $11 a week is not enough for anyone to live with dignity. It must be replaced with a fair, inflation-indexed allowance. We need a system that grows with the times, that recognizes our needs and respects our worth. This is about justice, not charity. I call for immediate action. Investigate, meet with residents, and mandate change. Listen to our stories, see our struggles, and work with us to create real solutions. We need leaders who are willing to act, not just talk. Every week that passes is more needless suffering. Every day spent waiting is another day someone goes without, another day someone feels forgotten. The cost of delay is measured in human pain. We can't wait another 43 years or even another month. Change must happen now, before more lives are diminished by neglect and indifference. My name is Tim O. I'm autistic. I'm a resident of a mental health program. I'm a human being. My story is just one of thousands, but it matters. We all matter. And I am worth more than $11 a week. We all are. Our value cannot be measured in single bills or outdated policies. We are people with dreams, hopes, and the right to live with dignity. We've done the hard work of survival and recovery. We have faced challenges most people can't imagine, and we have persevered. Now we ask for the support and respect we deserve. Now we ask you to do your work. Use your power to make a difference. Stand with us, not above us. See this injustice, hear our call, and act. The time for change is now, and the responsibility is yours. Give us justice. Give us dignity. Give us a chance to live, not just exist. Let us be seen, heard, and valued for who we are.